Hey y'all, so today I am doing an open house here in Fayetteville. It's 215 Fairfield Circle. It's a rental that can actually be for purchase, and I just had a buyer who left that is from out of the state and is potentially looking to live in this area. And so I was like, well, you know what, let me do a video about why it is important, or why it can be important for a buyer to come to an open house. So, first of all, with the open house, there's no schedule as far as, I'm sorry, there's no appointment. So basically, I'm here from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So this is the times that they could come. There's no appointment needed. And it's a very relaxed environment. There's not pressure for you to do anything. You just really have the opportunity to look without somebody next to you or behind you. And then if you already have an agent, most of the time, I'm an agent. Like, you don't, your agent doesn't necessarily have to be with you in an open house, so I'm that type of agent. But some agents do require for your agent to be, with them on an open house. But for most of the time, I have seen that most agents doesn't mind if a buyer comes in without their agent. Now, if you don't have an agent, this is your opportunity to come in, ask questions, talk directly to the agent that's working with the seller. And what that means for you is that you can ask a lot of questions. Of course, certain questions, can't be answered. But for the most part, you can ask as much as you like about the property. And certain things that can be asked, answered are like, oh, why are they moving? And, it's kind of like an attorney-client privilege kind of thing when you're representing either sides. So that is why I say there's certain things that we can't say, but asking as many questions as the property, about the property, the listing agent can answer that, and the neighborhood. So like the person who just left, she's from Maryland, so she was asking about the neighborhood, asking about, of course, the property and things like that. So those are things, of course, I could definitely answer for her, and she was able to come in, take a look for herself, and take photos if she wanted to. So that's kind of like the purpose of an open house, for a buyer. So you can ask your questions, be in a relaxed environment, and get as many questions answered, as possible. And then, of course, you get to see the neighborhood. And then sometimes you end up, meeting, if you don't have an agent already, you end up liking the agent that's doing the listing. So you can actually work something out with them as well. So I just want to jump on real quick and talk about that and the importance of an open house on the buyer's end. We already know why it's important on the seller's end, but on the buyer's end, that's not really talked about a lot. So I just wanted to jump on and talk about it. And this weather today is like beautiful. And so that's why I'm not inside the house right now. Because I was like, you know what? I need to go outside to get some vitamin C. But if you have any questions about this post, feel free to DM me.